Hey guys, what's up? My name's Tyler Bryan, and I'm here in the prairies of Saskatchewan, just south of Saskatoon, doing some dog training. And I want to make a video on what I consider the fundamentals of dog training. And what I mean by fundamentals aren't things like sit and stay, but rather more in depth. Things that cover every aspect of training, of conditioning, of being around the dog, and can be applied from puppies all the way up to old mature dogs. And these things are what I would consider absolute essentials, and that if they're followed, that it'll make training more easy, it will give better results, and it will be a lot more enjoyable to train around the dog. And the first fundamental is that it's never the dog's fault. And what I mean by that is the dog has an inherent trait to want to please its owner, to please the boss. And so if you've established that you're dominant over the dog, which I would love to cover for this video, but it's just too in depth of how do you actually, what does dominance really mean and how do you establish it? I'm going to do that in a separate video, but for this video, I'll just leave it at we need to establish dominance. And once we've done that, the dog will want to please the owner, please the master. And if the dog's not doing that, then it is the trainer, the boss, that has set the dog up for failure in some aspect. This could mean that the trainer is asking too much of the dog, that the training is too complex for the dog, and essentially that that dog has gone out of its comfort zone, out of its ability to comprehend, and has not completed its task. And so when we're going out and training, whether it's even in the field, out hunting, in the house, that idea, that concept can be applied throughout. And even in the most basic of training, whether, like I said, it's sit or stay, potty training, all the way up to blind retrieves, that idea of it's never the dog's fault and it's always the owner. So this gives the owner the ability to then change the training tactics, change the training and conditioning of that dog to better suit its needs, right? That the dog wants to please the boss and has unique characteristics, behaviors, weaknesses, strengths that the boss needs to play and allow the dog to be the best it can. And so essentially the way that I view training is not that I'm showing or telling the dog what to do, but rather guiding it, allowing it to become the dog that it should be, bringing out its strengths, working on its weaknesses, so that overall the dog can become a great house dog, a great duck dog, a great upland bird dog, whatever that dog was trained or bred for, and whatever you've trained it to be, whatever you need out of that dog, then you're given the opportunity to mold and shape that dog the way that you want it to be. So that's, I think, the most important fundamental right there. And so the second fundamental is to never get angry at your dog. Now, we're all we're not we're all perfect. No, maybe just Remy, but my dog, but not me. Anyways, we're all imperfect, right? That we're prone to, especially in challenging situations like the puppy stage, more complex training like handling, to get frustrated. I mean, the dog's being challenged, pushed, and molded, and it's going to fail, right? The dog is going to fail, and that's okay. But sometimes, whether it's life circumstances, whether it's the dog, what have you, the trainer, myself, gets frustrated, and that frustration is, I don't want it to be transparent. Even when I'm not getting angry, even when I'm not yelling, whatever, you can just hear it in my tone of voice. You can see it in my facial features, the way that I walk, so on and so forth. That's all that the dog is paying attention to, right? The dog is seeing all that and is seeing that you're upset, and it's confused why. It's trying to please you, and here you are getting upset about it. And all of a sudden, the training gets confusing. Sometimes the dog wants to overcompensate, and by doing so, will usually do other things that you don't want it to, and the frustration builds, and a snowball effect happens, and so things get out of control. Don't allow yourself to get upset. Take a break, breathe, and let it go. And that brings me up to the third fundamental, is keep it fun. No matter what you're doing, keep it fun. Always. It doesn't matter if it's super complex training, if you've driven 1,000 miles to go snow goose hunting in Saskatchewan, or down in Kansas, go sandhill crane hunting down in Texas, whatever. You've invested all this time. There's so much pressure for it to be a great hunt, a great training session, and the dog's not working properly and things aren't going well. If you're not having fun, the dog's not having fun, then what's the point of being there? And it goes even further than that, into that the dog is questioning why, it just shuts down again, going back to the angry part about, it can feel the frustration, it can feel the tension, and the dog's not having fun. Dogs don't have the ability to conceptualize that, okay, I just need to work harder, I need to do these things, and the boss will be happy. It doesn't have that ability. It's relying on you, your foresight, your ability to think in the future to guide it. And so if you're getting frustrated that the dog's not working properly, or it doesn't even have to do with the dog, maybe you're upset about the situation at your hunting buddy, that for waking up late, now you're setting up the decoys and the sun is rising, whatever it may be. If you're not having fun, the dog is noticing that, and it's making the experience detrimental. It's making the training, even if you're not in a training session, that this is all part of it. And so often do I see dogs that are great around the house. They're great with the kids, they're well-mannered, they're fun to be around, and then they get out into the field, and it's like a totally different dog. The dog's not listening, it's doing whatever it wants, it's misbehaving, it's running around like crazy, it's breaking, whatever. And this is 8 times out of 10 because the owner is fun to be around the house. he or she is great, is so fun, and then we get out in the field and all the pressure's there. And some dogs can handle the pressure. The great field trial dogs, they can handle extreme pressure. Extreme. Those are so special though, so unique. I mean, that's why there's only one, national champion every year, right? Because it's so unique and so challenging of an environment. For your average dog, that kind of pressure will make them shut down and hate the training process, hate going out hunting with you. And that is the absolute last thing that we want to do as a dog trainer, is have them hate being out there with you. We want them to love it, to dream of it, to be so driven, so excited that that's all they want to do. I mean, that's really why we're doing this, right? I mean, it's not, in a sense, we're trying to have a great duck dog, but to do that, we need to have the duck dog be excited to go to work. To wrap up this video, keep it fun. It's never the dog's fault, and keep calm. And all those three things, in combination of discipline and dedication to training, will produce a fantastic gun dog, a fantastic hunting partner, a fantastic dog around the house, wherever you are. I take Remy everywhere. Camping, whatever. He's always there along with me, and he's always a great addition, always. And when he's not, we address it and we move on, right? And it's fun. No matter what we're doing, we're always having fun. And that's the key of it all. So thanks for watching, you guys. The winds finally died down, surprisingly. And I just want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, then give me a thumbs up down below. If you're interested in more dog training tips, then subscribe. I'm going to be covering all kinds of different stuff. And we're also going to be going on all kinds of different adventures, hunting, fishing, camping, mostly here in Saskatchewan, which, as you can see behind me, is an amazing place. They don't call it the land of the living skies for nothing. And the content should be just amazing. So follow along, and thanks for watching.